Welcome back to Assen in the Netherlands for round 16 of the MXGP FIM Motocross World Championship. We're in the north of the country, the first time we've been to this particular circuit, of course, because it is a road race venue. We've brought in 25,000 cubic meters of sand over the last 4.5 days to build this racetrack, short in its lap time, but it is very brutal, and the circuit as rough as it has been all weekend long. 1,520 meters long, something like that. It's flat, very, very deep, almost as deep as the sand in Lommel. Not bad to say this sand has just been brought in this week just for this racetrack. And Lee Van Dam and the organisers here at MXGP Assen doing a great job getting this race here at Assen. And we have a bumper crowd here as well. All of the grandstands down what is the start-finish straight at this TT circuit. Absolutely full to the rafters, and they are here to see one thing. Glenn Koldenoff try and get his Rockstar Energy Suzuki onto the podium at the end of the day here. Just 35 minutes plus 2 laps will lay in his way. But if you missed it earlier, here's what happened in MXGP Race 1 a little earlier on in the day. The gate dropped. Koldenoff all the way over on the left, got a little bit out of shape, collided with Roman Febvre, who pushed him back a few positions, but it was Max Nagel who pulled the foxhole shot. It wasn't long before the two Hondas were on him. Simpson fell from a good position, quickly remounted, and ended the first lap in 7th place to start his charge towards the front of the field. Febvre wasn't so lucky, though. He was buried outside the top 10 for the first lap. Found himself past Todd Waters, though, to get himself into 9th, but it was the two Hondas who made the first move, Kenny Bobashev and his HRC teammate, Gauthier Paulin, as they both went past Max Nagel on the Red Bull Ice 1 Husqvarna, who led at the very first lap. Sean Simpson was next on the radar, up the inside of the German, ran it wide here, but then eventually got the pass done to move himself into 3rd, and then went after the two Hondas. Koldenoff found himself being caught and passed, or caught and put under pressure by Roman Febvre, as Dean Ferris had a little off-track excursion. The two Hondas, though, collided at the end of the straight. Bobashev refusing to yield to the hard-charging Gauthier Paulin. It could have ended in tears, but it didn't. Both riders stayed up. That allowed Sean Simpson a route through onto the rear wheel of the Russian. He got better drive as well. As a result of that, he got himself into 2nd. He then went after Paulin. Did the two moto winner from Lommel earlier on in the year, 2 rounds ago. Paulin got caught the wrong side of the back marker, and Simpson had an easy route through to the lead, and it was he who led after 8 laps. Max Nagel put in a good showing. He was in 4th place for 2/3 of the race, but he was slowly being caught by the 259 of Koldenoff and the 461 Yamaha of Roman Febvre, the World Championship leader, whose lead coming into the start of the weekend was 101 points, but it was certainly being cut back by Paulin, who was up front behind Sean Simpson. That was Koldenoff going through on Nagel, and then quickly after that, so too did Roman Febvre. That put those guys into 4th and 5th. Nagel eventually then coming home in 6th. Febvre had 2 or 3 attempts at trying to find his way past the very resilient 259 Glenn Koldenoff, but it was not enough. And after 1 or 2 mistakes towards the end of the race, Febvre thought better of it. Paulin also made a mistake. He tipped over in 2nd, but maintained track position ahead of his teammate Evgeny Bobashev, but lost vital ground to Sean Simpson, who was now almost 10 seconds clear. So both the title candidates finding it tough in Moto number 1. Bobashev still has a mathematical chance, of course, at being world champion. But Sean Simpson was victorious for Hitachi Revo KTM. Paulin and Bobashev came home 2nd and 3rd for HRC. Koldenoff was 4th, and Febvre was 5th. Getting ready to go down the grid. And we're going to be talking to, well, with Lisa Leyland. Who's she got?
Hello and welcome to the 2nd MXGP race of the day. And joining me is Roger Harvey from HRC. Roger, both you guys did really well, great performances from that first race. But let's talk about that little incident just down the end of the start straight with Evgeny and Gauthier, when when Gautier was trying to pass. From your perspective, what happened there?
Yeah, to be honest, we have no team orders in Honda, you know. It's each rider races for their own. It's better for the public, you know, better racing. So there's no team orders, but all we ask is a little bit of respect between one another. I don't think Bobby quite saw GP coming down the inside of him, and they just had a little touch. No problem in the pits after, you know, just like give yourself a bit of room next time. And yeah, we never had any arguments or nothing.
No arguments between Gautier and Bobby then just after the first race?
None at all. No. It's racing. You get on with it, you know. And they both want to win and they both want to get results.
Absolutely. It's nothing personal, is it? But in terms of the championship with Gautier, it's still very much open, isn't it?
It's very open. It's a long hill to climb, you know, but you never know what can happen. It's motocross. There's a lot of unpredictable things happen, so it's possible.
Thanks, Roger. I know you want to celebrate Tim's victory now, so I'll leave you to it. Thank you, Roger Harvey there. But I have Tony Cairoli with me now, reigning world champion, MXGP. Tony, I know you would want to be racing, but just tell us, you're here in Assen, brand new sand track. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, for sure. I would like to race, yeah, especially with this rough track that we see. And yeah, but it was not possible yet, so I need to wait a little bit more. And I can start riding, I think, this week, end of this week. So probably I will take part of the USGP. So it's okay. I mean, I jumped my favorite race this year, you know, Lommel, and also this race could be nice, but we will see next year. We will be back.
And in terms of the racing today, it's been incredible, hasn't it? I mean, that first MXGP race was quite nail-biting. What do you think is going to happen in this second race? Because it's still very much open, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Sean is showing a really good speed on the sand lately, so I think he's the main favorite for the race overall. But you know, there is Koldenhoff is also home hero here, and Fevre is riding also good. You know, all the riders are riding good, so you never know till the last moment who's going to be in front. So this is really exciting.
Thanks, Tony. Enjoy the rest of the day. Tony Cairoli there. Time now for MXGP Race 2.
Riders line up then how they qualified in the Saturday qualifying race. Koldenhoff with his first pole in MXGP, Van Hoorbeek second, and the rest. Adam Wheeler on trackoffroad.com joins me once again. Yeah, down to 5 points, 95 points between Romain Fevre and Gautier Paulin coming into this race. It was 101 at the start of the day, but that means that if Fevre wins the race and Paulin is third, that's the 5 points. They will tie, but 100 points will be the gap with 100 points to play for as we look at the classification here.
So basically, Romain Fevre has to finish more or less 2 positions in front of Gautier Paulin to be world champion today, with 2 Grand Prix still to go, depending, you know, where they are in the order. And if Paulin stays in front of the Yamaha like he did in the first race, then we go to Mexico.
That's it. So a first and a third will do it in Fevre's favour, because that will be the difference in taking it from 95 to 100. A second and a fourth will do it if it was Fevre. But anyway, if Paulin beats him in this race, Paulin beats Fevre, then it goes to Mexico either way.
A lot of Yamaha staff here, unsurprisingly. Paul, last world champions in 2009, last with the factory team in 2008, so it's been some time. And Romain Fevre, you know, we've been talking about pressure and how he's dealt with it all year in all sorts of circumstances, leading from the front, winning his home Grand Prix, winning his first moto, taking his first podium, all in the first season in MXGP, and the guy still looked unfazed this weekend.
Yeah, 10 consecutive podiums he has at the moment. Of course, he'll be looking to add an 11th to that, and hopefully even a MXGP World Championship crown as well. But Gautier Paulin, you cannot discount him. He's back to full fitness, it seems. The Tag Heuer 15-second board is about to turn to 5. And we're getting ready to go racing again here. The final time of the day at this historic venue. Look to the middle. The 2 Hondas of Paulin and Bobryshev.
Might be Nagel.
Nagel it was last time around, but it's Boutron on the Marchetti Racing Team KTM who pulls a Fox hole shot. Man down here. 2 riders down.
No Gontalves, no.
Might have been
Fevre,
actually.
Great start.
But Fevre, look at him there behind Ferris.
Where's Paulin as well? He was 2 or 3 positions further behind.
So we need to keep an eye on them as they come through. Fevre third, Bobryshev fourth, Simpson, Van Hoorbeek, Koldenhoff, Heidegger, Nagel. Bobryshev buried mid-pack, it would appear. Right down in 13th place as they go through the first split time, but Bobryshev wasting no time, getting up into second position behind Jose Boutron.
Yeah, Paulin down in 13th, Paul, like he called it. Much better start as well for Romain Fevre and Jeremy Van Hoorbeek. Koldenhoff taking pole position yesterday after a great hole shot, but he's down in 7th.
So look, as they went into that top corner, that turn 8, that hairpin, Paulin was still there in 13th position. So with Febvre in 3rd, 4th.
And also Simpson is the marked man, isn't he? Runaway winner of the first moto. So everybody's going to be looking at that 24 thinking, what are his lines? Can I go with his pace?
And he knows he can ride these conditions all day long with his eyes closed and not even think about it. And sometimes complacency can set in like that, but with Charles Simpson, he's very measured in these kind of conditions, isn't he? As we saw in Lommel, as we saw him come through from 7th, 8th in the first race to very methodically pick his way through to the front of the field.
Yeah, Simpson will go through this first lap, will settle down and just go into that race rhythm. And I think he's just, he's got to be the absolute favourite, like Tony Cairoli said on the start gate.
Well, over the line then for the first time, Genny Bobashev, Boutron 2nd, Ferris, Febvre, Simpson, your top 5, Van Hoorbeek, Koldenhoff, Nagel, Heidecke and Rattray, your top 10, Paulin up to 11th, so starting to pick off riders, and there he is behind Rattray in that 11th place. Interestingly, he took a look over to the left, which is what Febvre was doing in race 1 as he was playing catch-up. Febvre, though, he's in that 3rd place. He's probably got more things to think about here, or 4th place, but with Bobashev leading, having found his way past Jose Boutron, Gauthier Paulin could ride on instinct here and just do everything like that. Oh, and Ferris! Oh, almost off the bike, loses positions. Well, that hands an easy route through for Febvre and, of course, Sean Simpson. So losing 3rd place there at the end of the first lap, start of the 2nd lap, Dean Ferris on the Wilbona Star and Husqvarna. Just watch this, he lands too deep. Lands too deep, catches a hole, the back end swings around, catches another bump. And you tell you what, very lucky with the ankles there.
And also on the tank, heavy out. I just wanted the unsighted Febvre there because Simpson almost tagged him coming through.
Yeah.
But Febvre at the moment, stick the checkered flag out for his world champion.
Yes, he is. Because he will be more than 100 points clear at this stage. But as we've said, you cannot discount Gauthier Paulin. He's in 9th place at the moment. Febvre beats him by 2 positions. The higher up the leaderboard they go, let's say 1st and 3rd, 2nd and 4th, it's world champion Romain Febvre.
With respect to Jose Boutron, you know, an interesting character because we had him on the studio show this weekend. He's not going to be staying in the sand in 2nd place, is he? No, we saw that in the first race, didn't we? How we mistake there from Simpson coming out of the first turn. He's lost the positions to Febvre as well.
Boutron started 6th in race 1, eventually came home in 14th. So like you said, Adam.
Sorry, Ferris moving through, not Febvre. So recovering some ground there, little slip from Simpson. He's got to keep an eye on Bobashev because he's already started to not check out, but he's made a bit of a distance, 4 seconds.
Will he go the distance? So he got tied in the qualifying race, didn't he, yesterday, Bobashev?
He claimed just to back off and save energy. Maybe he's just winding it all up for this 2nd moto. At the moment, he's, again, stick the flag out and he's won this Grand Prix overall. And the Russian looking for a first win since 2011.
Jumping long, jumping big, alongside Max Nagel, who was a little bit wayward down the back straight into that turn 8. And easy drive, good drive for the Honda, easily past Max Nagel and picks off another position, goes 8th. The rider ahead of him, Glenn Koldenhoff, the homeboy here this weekend. He's in 7th position on that Suzuki. Paulin will be looking, like I said, just riding on instinct here, not even thinking about the championship, just throw everything out of the window and hope for the best, and that's exactly how he looks like he's riding. Look at that from Gauthier Paulin.
But is he going to be that fast in getting up to behind Romain Febvre?
35.1 for Febvre, Paulin a 34.0 in traffic, and Febvre going past Boutron.
And Simpson on Ferris in the background as well.
Almost still making it work through that final corner. And does he get it done? Yeah, well, he's got commanding position going into that first turn at the end of the straight.
Look at Van Hoorbeek as well. He's
Ferris is the last of the late breakers, though, isn't it? Boutron, I thought he'd given that position to Febvre, but making him work very hard for it. Febvre doesn't need to get involved in this.
You want to be world champion, mate? Then have a go.
Oh, and a mistake there. He runs wide. Does Jose Boutron goes inside. For that 4-way battle for 3rd place here. 2nd place. Febvre eventually goes through.
That's it's difficult to see sometimes if the bikes are smoking a little bit.
Because of the wispy sand.
Yeah. And Simpson on the inside of Ferris. Look at the back of the picture. If it opens up a little wider, I think he might pass the Australian.
Actually, that does look like it's smoking. That Yamaha looks like it might be smoking. Ferris spins out, coming out of the turn 8.
Koldenhoff's getting closer as well.
So Ferris working hard, but just falling from 4th position. There's Angus Heidecker, so he picks himself up in 9th place.
Keep an eye on that bike there, Paul.
Yeah, it's cleared. It looked like it was coming off the back brake, so it might have just been where there's water in the sand. Might have just been hitting the back brake, and the heat there maybe just steaming it a little bit. But Simpson has passed Boutron, and now Van Hoorbeek also looking for a way through.
Van Hoorbeek at 35.3. So apart from Bobryshev, he's the fastest rider on the track at the moment. Bobryshev,
Making
what a
light
lead,
work.
boys. We haven't even seen him yet.
No, making light work of Boutron, who then makes a mistake and allows Koldenhoff through. Paulin will just behind them as well.
23 minutes to go. Still a lot of racing. Still a lot of laps to do. Short lap time here.
This could be one of the best races of the year because of what's at stake here as well, and how tightly bunched together everybody is, and what is a very, very difficult racetrack. A short lap as well. You cannot afford to make mistakes.
And Paulin needs to get Boutron as quick as he can and get on the back of this group.
Van Hoorbeek
Koldenhoff
round the outside.
Listen to the crowd. They'll be cheering on Koldenhoff. He's on the fringe of the podium.
He's got a lot of support here, hasn't he? When you look at that grandstand there, and everybody on top of the hospitality here on this side of the track. It's like a football crowd.
Let's have a look here. You've got Sean Simpson and Evgeny Bobryshev tied on points at the moment. So Sean Simpson has to overtake Roman Febvre, which again would have repercussions for the World Championship. 45 points each. So the Scot needs to push. He can't just ease off here. And Bobryshev, what kind of leads he got now? 8 seconds.
And he'll be looking at picking up his first Grand Prix victory since, what, 2011?
Yeah, Germany, Tichenthal.
Double win?
Yeah, first for Russia in the Premier class.
Riding for the same team, of course, before it was fully HRC.
This could be a nice little battle here between Van Hoorbeek and Koldenhoff. Koldenhoff made himself very wide to deny. Yamaha.
Paulin easily through on the fading Boutron. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, it's riding that stock KTM. He's a master at the starts, isn't he? But still some way to go just to find that endurance, that race fitness in MXGP. And he admitted as much as yesterday, didn't he, on the studio show?
Yeah, it's only his second appearance on it as well, wasn't it? Mantova last week and now here.
Paulin been in traffic so far, Paul, so we really haven't seen a fast lap from him, doing a 1:37.
7 seconds to gap down to.
Everyone's setting for personal best now as they get a bit of track space and really settle down to what they can do. Roman Febvre 1:33.1. So still not the fastest lap, but he is the fastest rider.
Van Hoorbeek is a danger man here.
This could be a nice little battle for 3rd place, but Simpson is going to need to go with Febvre if he wants to win this overall, his 2nd of the year.
Bobryshev looking to pick up points as well because he believes he can still get 2nd in the championship as well. As Roger Harvey said at the top of the race there, no team orders at Honda makes it more exciting for the crowd. Tell that to Gauthier Paulin.
If Roman Febvre finishes 2nd, then Gauthier Paulin is going to have to pass all of these 3 riders.
Everybody jumping long here. Van Hoorbeek almost jumping out of the track. Oh, carved his way beautifully through there.
But Paulin's going to have to pass all these 3 riders, Paul, to take the World Championship to Mexico.
Yes, he is.
Can he do it?
Depends on his lap times. 37.0. Febvre 33.1. So putting distance between himself. Paulin obviously not having a clean lap that time around. So I'm guessing a small mistake somewhere because he lost 2 seconds to everybody else. And 4 seconds to Roman Febvre and Bobryshev. So Koldenhoff's mechanics prepared to put the board out to him as Evgeny Bobryshev 7.6 seconds clear of Roman Febvre. Febvre will take the title if it stays like this. Simpson is in 3rd, needs to move past Bobryshev, needs to move past Febvre to lift his 2nd Grand Prix victory of the year. Just over 20 minutes plus 2 laps to go then. Bobryshev leads, Febvre 2nd, Simpson 3rd. Van Hoorbeek there, 89 in 4th. And the guy in white, 259. Koldenhoff is 5th. Paulin just off the back of those guys. 2 seconds adrift, 3 seconds adrift now. Is in 6th place. Nagel 7, Boutron 8, Waters 9. Heidecker is in 10th. Nathan Watson 11. Wout, De Wolf, Ferris 14th. Bengtson, Rattray down to 18th. De Linz and Guarneri up to 16th and 17th as a result of Rattray either making a mistake or just being passed. We've got Stuart Edmonds in 19th and Kei Yamamoto rounding out the top 20.
And apart from Roman Febvre, these 3 riders we're looking at on the screen board, Gauthier Paulin was faster than all 3 of them on the last lap. So he's starting to eat away slowly into this battle. I just can't see it. Maybe he can pick off Glenn Koldenhoff or Jeremy Van Hoorbeek in the last couple of laps. I just can't see him passing all 3.
He needs to finish directly behind Roman Febvre. He needs to get to 3rd.
Yeah, he needs to pass Simpson.
And that's, what, 6 seconds, the deficit there.
Febvre and Bobryshev are really just marking the pace here. In 1:33 is everybody way off.
wonder what's going through Roman Febvre's mind. He has been unfazed since he won that first race and his first Grand Prix and took over the lead in the championship. He has been remarkably calm, hasn't he? And hasn't thought about it, hasn't thought about the pressure. In his post-race podium interview, as girlfriend says, concentrate.
Yeah, Megan making the obvious gesture there. He's by himself. Oh, 3.2. Evgeny Bobyshev was 8 seconds ahead on the 2 laps ago. He's down to 3. Yeah.
Having a much better ride this time around, Roman Febvre. Didn't look comfortable in free practice on Saturday. Was okay in the time training. Had a spill in this section over here. Actually, a couple of corners to the finish line. And didn't look like he was going forward. Does Bobyshev. Legs off the side of the bike. Hanging on to this lead. Evgeny Bobyshev has just had a very big moment coming through the chicane a moment ago. We're getting ready to look at it. Here he is, the gap down to 3.2 seconds.
What's this?
There's Van Horby closing the door and finding his way past Koldenhoff to get himself into 4th place. And goes after Sean Simpson. And here's Bobyshev, lands off the first Monster Energy jump in front of the main grandstand, loses the front. Oh, and there, hugs the bank, and there's Febvre in the background.
He's almost lucky the bank was there, Paul. But Bobyshev 4 seconds slower than he was on the previous lap, so something's happened.
Yeah, the tongue's starting to wind its way out, I think. But Bobyshev just needs to regroup. That would have lost the concentration a little bit as well. When you start hanging off the side of the bike and doing a Randy Mamola, then, you know, you start hanging. But he made mistakes around here in the first race, did Roman Febvre. So not easy for these guys, especially when you're chasing those points that could determine the world title.
Well, in 3 race starts this weekend, Roman Febvre's only really been, he's going to be happy with 1, because the other 2 he's been frustrated. He hasn't been, little pop. But now down to under 3 seconds, and Febvre, if he wins, Paul, that's it, it's closed off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Paulin's going to have to get all the way up to 2nd place. Roger Harvey's saying there's going to be no team orders, but I imagine if Evgeny Bobyshev's in 2nd and Paulin gets up to 3rd, then he's going to get some sort of signal, isn't he?
Yeah, and look at the gap between Febvre and Simpson, man, 12 seconds. Simpson going to be looking at getting on the podium.
Where's Van Horbeek?
Yeah, he has. He's down to 6 at the moment, according to our intermediate split. So that is a gift.
There he is.
There he is. That's a gift from Gauthier Paulin. And he's got Koldenhoff as well, hasn't he? He's found his way past Koldenhoff. He's 4th now.
No. He's just behind the Suzuki there, Paul. But
oh, sorry, yeah, back marker. I just saw a flash of yellow. I was just trying to work out what was going on there, but yeah, you're right.
So what were you saying earlier? 2nd and a 4th, and he's still world champion.
Yeah.
So even if Paulin bars his Koldenhoff, then it's still done. He has to pass Simpson, and he's 7 seconds away from the Scot at the moment.
Yeah, because 2nd will be 22 points. In fact, no, 4th would be 18, wouldn't it? So that's 4 points. So that could clinch it, I think. So it will have to be 2nd and a 5th.
Okay, so Febvre is attacking Bobyshev, isn't he? I mean, you've got to be... Maybe he knows he just has to win this, and it's beyond doubt. And Paulin, I just, you know, he's a professional, he's a pro, he's going to be wanting to finish as high as he can, and will push as hard as he can. But would he be that fussed about, you know, a point here or a point there, and just kind of delaying the inevitable? I mean, anything can happen here. Febvre could DNF or in some way or another, so it's hard to say, you know, motivation-wise. But Febvre now, look, I mean, that's nothing, that gap. It was 8 seconds. I can't believe that was 8 seconds just 3 or 4 laps ago.
If he gets to 4th, it's 99 points.
So that's it, goes on to Mexico.
Yeah. So he has to get...
He has to pass Koldenhoff.
Yeah.
And Febvre has to stay behind Bobyshev, but it's not looking likely at the moment, is it? And let's just reiterate here, if Febvre passes and takes the lead in this race and wins the moto, did he win both last weekend in Manila? It was 1-1.
Yes, he did.
So it'll be a 3rd in a row. Then Paulin is going to have to pass Sean Simpson and relegate him down to...
Right, so 461 going after the 777. This is about for the lead in the race and for Roman Febvre, a potential world championship as well. He would already be world champion as it stands at the moment with 635. Yeah, 101 points it goes back to, doesn't it? 534, 635 as it started.
And Bobryshev done the last 2 laps in the 37s. Febvre dropped from 33s to 35 just because he's getting through the back markers and coming up to the back of the Honda. But this is also a little bit of a dispute for the overall win because Bobryshev and Simpson tied on points at the moment. If Bobryshev goes back to second, then Simpson, I believe, Paul, is still going to be on for the overall.
Yeah, because he will lose 3 points. That'll put him on 42. Simpson will stay on 45.
Apologies to viewers for all the mathematics, but there's obviously quite a lot of stake going on here with every position change.
Bobryshev about to be undone here by Romain Febvre. Febvre getting good drive through the rhythm section. Won't try to go around the outside, knowing what's at stake here. He will just bide his time. Just trying to work out where he might try and make a pass, though, because they all seem to be jumping long, not over this first jump, but through the chicane over the second jump. Might be coming out of turn 8 at the end of the straight. Might have a slightly different line, might go wide and start to cut across. He's obviously quicker than him somewhere as Megan looks on and the rest of the Yamaha staff. Tell you what a place to wrap up your first world title, if it is here, though. Great crowd, great atmosphere. But look at him, just right in the rear wheel track and the roost of Bobryshev on that Honda. Sunlight's starting to get a little bit low there as well, and the sand on the goggles might start to play havoc. Shadows as well, look.
Yeah, the track also wearing out in sections, going down to the asphalt. Sean Simpson again in the break, just saying that, you know, the sand wearing out in places. You know, they're touching almost the base of this place.
Yeah, I can imagine in 1 or 2 places where, but, you know, to say it was put together in 4 days, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, they've done a very, very good job. At least it's not coming out of the corners, for instance. But Bobryshev doing a great job. He's still about 13 minutes out at the moment, isn't he? +2. So he's got a lot of work to do to fend off the challenge if he is to try and play shotgun for his teammate.
And got here, Paulin setting 136, so almost...
Oh, rider down, just losing the front end.
Pretty much the same kind of speed as going Koldenhoff. There's the Suzuki rider trying to pass Sean Simpson for third. Simpson can't lose a position here,
No, he
Paul.
can't. He can't.
Any chance of the overall victory is going to take a battering.
To be honest, he will lose 2 points here, but gain 3. He'll gain a point.
Bobryshev.
If Febvre goes through now.
Not yet.
Locking bars. Febvre forces his way to the lead on lap 11. And it would be great for him as well to come home and win this race. A lot at stake, as we said. But I tell you what, those 3 points that Febvre will take away from Bobryshev, if Simpson does get past, he will still get it by a point, if you know what I mean. Right, look at this here. Bouncing his way through. Very lucky that Bobryshev didn't go too far left. Still had a lot of work to do at this point, though. Neither rider backing down, but Febvre was always going to win that battle. Hard down the inside.
He was just had a cleaner route, didn't he? Just much more tidier and made the position his.
Back with our leader. Romain Febvre, Yamaha Factory Racing Yamalup.
And this is the best possible scenario, barring a mistake, Paul. I mean, he's got a clean track, just has to worry about the back markers. I don't think, you know, Evgeny Bobryshev's going to give him any kind of fight back here. He was still doing 137, so he's kind of one of the slower riders from the top 5 here.
Simpson still there in 3rd position. Just look at the gap there, 45. Well, wait for him to come over the line, actually, in a handful of corners' time. There's Febvre in the distance, getting ready to take the long right-hander out towards the finish line. Here's Simpson in the corner adjacent to that.
And Simpson now on a factory bike, but most of the year been a privateer, up to 4th in the World Championship, Paul.
Lead KTM.
Yeah, first KTM indeed, so...
And picking up vital championship points for KTM in the manufacturer's chase as well, let's not forget. Can he hold on,
yeah. Though? What kind of attack is he going to put here? Because Febvre was playing this role on Koldenhoff in the first moto, couldn't find a way through.
Simpson on 45, Bobryshev 42, Febvre on 41.
But Simpson with a 3-point gap here.
Yeah, he will
past,
only he will lose 2 points here because Koldenhoff goes at the inside. Listen to that crowd. So Koldenhoff then, he will take 2 points away from Sean Simpson. That will put him down to 43. He will still win the overall Grand Prix if it was to stay like this. Oh, Bobby's down. And this will have implications as far as Paulin is concerned as well, possibly.
He was tiring as well, wasn't he, Paul? A couple of mistakes, the lap times were off. The Russian's like completely round the wrong way. What's happened there?
It's through the chicane. It's where he went wrong last time around. It's on the exit of that turn. He lost the front going through.
He would have just come out of there and pitched him over.
So 2 crowd cheers pleasers then for the Dutch fans because
Koldenhoff second.
Koldenhoff going past Simpson to get into second and then going past Bobryshev as he tried to start that, or tried to kickstart that HRC Honda back into life.
Koldenoff again in the 136 as he's the only rider matching the pace of Roman Febvre at the front.
Koldenoff, could he get on the podium here? He's going to push, isn't he? He's going to give it all he can.
If it comes down to the last 5 minutes...
He's passed 2 people in a lap, hasn't he? Simpson and Bobashev.
Well, Bobashev giving him that present. But if it comes down to the last 5 minutes, last couple of laps, I just wonder if Sean Simpson can stay with him and make a threat. Koldenoff's still kind of really learning the 450, Paul, still learning this class.
135.8, 138.9 for Febvre. Great lap for
yellow flags.
Well, no. Is it Kyle Engel? Koldenoff on a charge. Now second. Great scenes here for Glenn Koldenoff as he roars past the crowd into second position, having passed Sean Simpson a lap earlier, and Bobashev, who fell coming out of that particular section as well a lap ago. Bobashev still in 4th place, 1 second clear of his teammate Gauthier Paulin, but it's Roman Febvre who is leading the way, and if it stays like this, Adam Wheeler, with Febvre leading and Paulin 5th, Roman Febvre will be crowned MXGP World Champion. And there he is.
And Simpson there, you can see from the bottom of the grabber with a 4-point advantage now, so he's not going to be taking any risk. We're just going to see out the rest of this race. 8 minutes and 2 laps. Oh. Yeah, but he's got to be a little bit careful.
Very careful. A lot at stake.
He's got some tear-off stuck on his glove there. But he's not slugging it well. 138 on that last lap, but 11 seconds ahead of Koldenoff.
Let's just have a quick...
Do your mathematics again.
Because it's changing all the time, isn't it? 104 points as it stands at the moment, because, as we said, it was 101 before we started the weekend. And with Febvre on 41 and Paulin on 38, there's a difference of 3. Add that to the already massive tally of 101. That will be an unsurmountable.
There's the Hondas. There's a little battle here. No team orders.
No, but Bobashev already fading and has already had a crash, has already had to start his bike and rejoin the race. Not an easy situation to be in.
And how far behind Sean Simpson are these two? I don't think it's going to make any difference, is it? Well, actually, if Paulin can pass Bobashev and pass Simpson, Paul, then that's it. The championship goes on.
No.
25.
Because that's still
5 points.
It was 95 at the start of the week, start of the race, wasn't it? So Paulin, he's on 104 points behind at the moment. It goes to 103 if he passes Bobashev. It's back to 101. If he finds his way back into third, he needs to be second.
Yeah, 2 positions is good enough for Roman Febvre. Gauthier Paulin looking at least 11 seconds to the back of Glenn Koldenoff. There he is. He's going to run out of time.
So Febvre on 6.38. Paulin at the start of the race was on 5.18, wasn't he? So if he gets to, what do you say, third, that's 20 points. That's 5.38.
So if Paulin passes Simpson, if Simpson loses another position, just wondering if the Grand Prix could be in threat. Still 4 points ahead. The Scot should be able to do it with a 1.4. There he is, number 24. Fantastic Grand Prix win just 2 rounds ago in Lommel.
Yeah.
And coming here with a degree of expectation, you know.
Well, he won't care as long as he stands on the top step of the podium. He doesn't care whether it's a 1-1 or a 1-3. The bonus is the same.
I'd like to hear his comments on the track in the second moto. It just looks a little like the riders aren't able to hit it and attack it as much as they were in the first.
Koldenoff will be third overall here this weekend.
Popular reception, I think.
Very popular reception.
Bobashev recovered quite well, really, from that crash. I'm still in the 137s for his lap times, but the difference is everybody else is slowing now. Simpson doing a 139 on the last lap. Perhaps just running out of steam a little bit. There he is at the back of the shot. There's Glenn Koldenoff. What's he doing? He's 138 low. 12 seconds behind Roman Febvre, so realistically not in with a great shout of winning this moto.
Yeah, if he gets to third, it's 100 points. As we said, you know, it can't be. It's the 5 points that he had. It was 95 points at the start of this race.
Yeah, so Paulin passes Simpson. It's still done.
He needs to pass Koldenhoff, which is not really possible, is it? 12 seconds down the road with 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we've got 2 Grand Prix ahead, so even if Febvre didn't turn up for both, he'd still win by virtue of superior moto victories. Moto victories or Grand Prix victories?
Well, race wins, because when you think back to Stephen Clark winning the European Championship last year, he had 1 podium appearance, 2nd overall. Brian Borgers had 3 overall wins, but only took 1 moto win to Stevie Clark's 2. Unless there are different rules for European and World Championship. But either way, he has a greater win ratio and overall Grand Prix tally. So it would be done dusted either way you look at it.
You know, Gautier Paulin potentially losing the championship. I mean, he never really kind of had it. He's, like we said many times on this commentary, Paul, not had an outstanding season, a solid one, not outstanding, but maybe just that second moto start has been a little bit the story of the year, isn't it? He just, how many whole shots has Gautier Paulin had? I mean,
not that many.
Count them on your one hand of all we had so far.
But he's losing ground to his teammate as well, isn't he? As the number 11 is that Philip Bengtsson, just about to be lapped there as well in 17th position. But in terms of race wins, race wins, Romain Febvre on 11. This will be his 12th. Gautier Paulin has only had 3.
Yeah.
And then Grand Prix victories, Romain Febvre's had 6 this year, and Gautier Paulin's only had 1. And with 2 rounds to go, either way you look at it, that is not possible for Gautier Paulin. So 100 wins, definitely. Whether it goes to wins in a race or Grand Prix victories, goes the way of Romain Febvre. And 3 minutes to go. It's a pretty big ask now for Gautier Paulin. He's put everything into it, hasn't he? And depending on who you talk to, you know, they're saying it's his first year at Honda, so you kind of got to forgive him in terms of the early part of the season, or just, you know, still trying to find out how that thing works. But then other people saying he's a disappointment because he wasn't able to step it up, like Romain Febvre, for instance, when it mattered. So it depends which side of the fence, you know, and I guess whether you're a Paulin fan or a Febvre fan or even a neutral.
I'm just smiling, thinking of Romain Febvre's face. If you told him at the presentation at the beginning of the season, the MotoGP headquarters in Italy, you know, when the whole Yamaha show was presented for 2015, if you'd said, by the way, you're going to win the World Championship 2 rounds to spare.
Yeah. Yeah, even the other rookie, let's not forget, there's a rookie in MXGP this year.
Paulin's past Bobryshev.
Okay, so that's going to pull a couple of points back for the Frenchman, but he still needs to find his way in the second to take this title race to Mexico. And with 2 minutes to go and a deficit still of 12, 14 seconds.
10 seconds.
Sorry, 10 seconds there, 14 and 24, yeah. I was looking at the... okay, Paulin just making a slight mistake coming out of there.
37s. Paulin's been consistent with his laps all the way through, but he is now the quickest rider on the track. Everybody is kind of winding down.
Let's have a look at the pass from Gautier Paulin on his teammate, Kenny Bobryshev. Through the waves, towards the finish line area, yeah. That's where Simpson was so effective early on in the race. Bobryshev just looking a little bit tired, but offline as well.
Yeah, hitting the big holes.
So Febvre then, after 16 laps, 14.5 seconds clear of Glenn Koldenhoff. Febvre will be 2nd overall, Koldenhoff will be 3rd overall. Gautier Paulin, is this points? He's up to 4th, isn't it? Yeah, so these are live, so Paulin will lose out on the podium. The tie break with Glenn Koldenhoff, 40 points for him. He won't mind about that, though. Even if he won the Grand Prix, that would be the only thing that would make him happy, because that would mean the title is still alive going into the next round. Romain Febvre, though, a couple of big laps ahead of him as Glenn Koldenhoff, 13.3 seconds down on Romain Febvre. Would love to get on the podium here.
Only his second of the season.
Yeah. Was a winner, of course, at Latvia.
And to be honest, it's topped off what has been a surprising Grand Prix. I wrote yesterday that this was an experiment very much. You know, put in a temporary track in a road race, a very famous road racing facility. You know, you can see how close it is to the grandstand there, putting all the fans in one place. But it's worked. And with a Dutch rider also getting on the podium, Paul, then I guess people will be buying tickets to come back next year. Yeah, and I know, like some road, you know, the purists from the road scene will be saying sacrilege, you know, putting sand on the racetrack. But there's a lot of tarpaulin sheet, a lot of boards down. So again, when the riders talk about going down to the asphalt, I don't think it's the asphalt, it's probably the board that it's gone down to. 25,000 cubic meters or something of sand imported here. I just wonder how long it's going to take them to. How long it's going to take them to clear it all up.
Well, it'll be a lot quicker because they haven't got to mould anything and just ship it in, ship it out, stick it back in the trucks and take it away. Romain Febvre is just 2 laps away from potentially picking up the MXGP World Crown in 2015. The Monster Energy Yamaha factory racer didn't have a great first race, but he's more than made up for it in the second moto here. Gauthier Paulin is in 4th position. He is how far off the lead? 26 seconds off of the lead of Romain Febvre, but 13 seconds down on Koldenhoff, who he has to find a way past in the remaining 2 laps to take the title chase to Mexico. But it's not looking like that's likely, Adam Wheeler.
If we're talking history here, but what's the old Premier class? 500s, 250s?
250s.
So would say the last French world champion, Michael Pichon, 2002. And now Romain Febvre has named that list first on of the 4-stroke era since 2004.
Yeah.
Of course, we've had Christophe Pourcel and Marvin Musquin winning MX2, but this will be, if he goes on to do it.
Yeah, and as I said,
rider, yeah,
you know, there were 2 Yamaha World Championships in 2008, 2009. The first, a factory Yamaha, Monster Energy Yamaha, David Philipparts in his rookie season.
Yeah,
and
second
season. Yeah, that's right. He had a year with KTM. Tony Cairoli in his rookie season with Ducati Yamaha. In 2009, clinched at the final round in Lierop. This guy doing it with 2 rounds to go.
And if we're going to get even more technical, there's the first championship on a blue Yamaha since Everts, 2006. Philipparts winning it on the black bike, sponsored by Monster Energy, and the riders obviously from this Grand Prix wearing that livery on their helmets.
Yeah, and they'll be black next year, won't they? For up until 2018.
Yeah, increased involvement for the next 3 years. Last lap to go for Febvre, Paul, 1 minute 30 away from winning that World Championship.
Yeah, a big lap for Romain Febvre, a lap time of 1:40.1. The gap was around 13 seconds.
And there's always question marks over this rider in the sand, wasn't there? I mean, he had his worst kind of Grand Prix result of the season earlier on in the year in Holland, actually, in this country, in Valkenswaard. Finished 8th overall, I think. And then in Lommel, managed to get on the podium. Didn't look like he had anything for Gauthier Paulin or Sean Simpson that day. A couple of mistakes, and he's having a good look around the track here. But taking this second moto victory, Paul, he's just really put it beyond doubt. Let's not forget Glenn Koldenhoff in 2nd place, great for the crowd. And then 3rd, Sean Simpson in this race, going to take his 2nd overall win. That's the first time for Great Britain that there's been 2 winners in the MXGP MX1 class in the same year.
But Romain Febvre, on his final lap, still has to focus, still has to concentrate very, very hard. You just look down there at how treacherous those holes, those ruts are, but Romain Febvre knows he has all but got this wrapped up here, barring a mistake. He's got about a handful of corners to go on that Monster Energy Yamaha Yamalu machine. 12 seconds back is Glenn Koldenhoff, who will keep the Dutch fans happy. But what an arena in which to clinch your first world title in MXGP. What an arena to win the overall Grand Prix as well for Sean Simpson and Hitachi Revo KTM. Lots of things going on here. Podium for Glenn Koldenhoff, an overall win for Sean Simpson that might be overshadowed slightly by the fact that Romain Febvre will be crowned MXGP World Champion.
Febvre doesn't know. He's looking around, trying to see where Paulin is. He knows he has to be 2 places in front. I think he's just trying to make sure. He's going to find out in a minute when he jumps over and sees all the Yamaha stuff on the track.
Well, this is the final corner. Romain Febvre is about to make history here. A rookie winning in the MXGP class. He wins the race. And he will now realise it. We wait to see. Megan is there. They not sure themselves. They know they are. They still have to wait for Paulin to come over the line. Febvre is world champion. If Simpson crosses the line in 3rd, which he does, Gauthier Paulin is now world champion. Romain Febvre is world champion. Gauthier Paulin comes home in 4th. And what a day for Yamaha. And I tell you what, Adam Wheeler, if at the end of 2013, when he 2014, when he finished 3rd in the World Championship in MX2, and his birthday falls on New Year's Eve, he had to go to MXGP. He wanted another year in MX2. But Simpson and Koldenhoff in there congratulating him. They're also on the podium. Simpson wins the overall. Koldenhoff is 3rd overall in front of his home fans. A great crowd, a great atmosphere, made even more so by the fact that Romain Febvre is world champion in MXGP. What a weekend, Adam Wheeler.
You can't put into words, but 2 winners here today, isn't there? And Febvre, it's been coming for the second half of the season.
Well, Romain Febvre getting doused in champagne. And this is how the new champion did it in 2015. It wasn't the best start for Romain Febvre, 6th overall in the first round, and he was just no better than 4th up until Valkenswaard. But suddenly he changed into 2nd gear. By Spain, he was on the podium. He's been on the podium every time since then. 4 wins on the bounce, from France to Italy to Germany to Sweden. an overall Grand Prix victory in the Czech Republic and Lombardia a week ago. And he wins the second race here to secure the 2015 MXGP World Championship.
Sean Simpson, a huge congratulations. So much going on in that race, but you've got your second Grand Prix win of the season, and you just dropped your bottle.
Yeah, not as strong that time, unfortunately. I think after Lommel, everyone done their homework. What can I say? It's just been great. 3 moto wins in 2 top steps of the year. It's blown my expectations away for this season, you know, up to 4th in the championship now, and steady Eddie pays off. You know, I'm there week in, week out, and I'm getting the support now I feel like I deserve. And I didn't give a shout out to Dice Carriers the first time, Jason and Candy and the boys from there. So KTM really stepping up to the mark, and Jeremy, my dad, my fiance, and my mum, my brother, just everyone. It really is. I'm a working class dude, and we got up here top step again.
Well deserved. Thank you, Sean.
The working class hero, Sean Simpson, stands on the top step of the podium for the 2nd time this year, 3rd time in his career. All in the MXGP class, really. He was the last ever MX1 World Grand Prix winner back in 2013 at Lierop. And he now adds Assen to the win that he picked up earlier in the year at Lommel. Simpson on 45, Febvre, the new world champion, 2nd on 41, and Coldenhoff on the 3rd step of the podium in front of his home fans here this weekend. So the fans have turned out in their thousands, their tens of thousands here at Assen TT Circuit to witness Sean Simpson taking the overall Grand Prix win today. Roman Febvre, the newly crowned world champion in MXGP, and Glenn Coldenhoff on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki Europe machine, getting on the podium for the 2nd time this year. And what a place to do that as well, right in front of your home fans. Gauthier Paulin, 4th in the race, 4th overall. And his world championship dream is over for another year. And here are the championship standings. Roman Febvre, 102 points clear of Gauthier Paulin, with 100 points still up for grabs. Bobryshev, 37 down on his teammate, so he could mathematically still take 2nd place away from Gauthier Paulin. But either way, it's going to be a HRC 2nd and 3rd this year. Simpson clear in 4th place. Only Max Nagel might be able to challenge him over the next 2 rounds. But what a milestone for Sean Simpson. Like he said, 3 wins, 2 Grand Prix victories, 4th in the championship, the lead KTM rider. And already the 461 Roman Febvre World Champion shirts are being worn by the Yamaha faithful, who've only had to take a 2-hour trip north from Amsterdam. And Yamaha looking good in the manufacturer standings as well. 18 points clear now of KTM. Suzuki 3rd, Honda 4th, Husqvarna, Kawasaki and Tim. No change in the top standings there, but Yamaha starting to creep clear with 2 to go. What a weekend here it's been at Assen. The fans have turned out. They've not been disappointed. The weather has been glorious. Lee Van Dam, the organizer of MXGP Assen, a brave man, a bold move, but it has been a successful weekend here for all those involved. Tim Coronel doing a lap, the Dakar driver, doing a lap in his dune buggy, look. A Suzuki-powered buggy, listen to that, driving around. We're getting ready for the podium. So finally he gets to have his own fun on 4 wheels around this 2-wheeled circuit. Podium time then, here this weekend. And there'll be a lot of noise for this guy as he steps up to the podium. Glenn the Hoff Coldenhoff, Rockstar Energy Suzuki Europe, 3rd overall this weekend. 2nd overall though, and the new world champion, Roman Febvre. Yamaha Factory Racing Yamalube. He has the world champion cycling colours on his sleeves as well. But Sean Simpson stands on the top step of the podium, beating the new world champion, if I might say so. And the Hitachi Revo KTM rider stands proudly on the top step of the podium. Roger McGee, team owner, team manager for Hitachi Construction Machinery Revo KTM. Good to see you, sir, the second time on the top step in 2015. Sean Simpson, though. What a performance from him. Trophy time, though. Glenn Koldenoff, third overall. Jos Vassen, former FIM president, handing him his third place trophy. Two proud Dutchmen on the podium this weekend. Romain Febvre, well, he managed to win the final race in which to claim that world title, but second overall this weekend, Marco Hout, the mayor of the city of Assen. The biggest screech of yeah from Romain Febvre. That will take pride of place, along with the gold medal and the gold plate that he will receive shortly, but certainly the gold plate anyway. Sean Simpson takes the winner's trophy from Dr. Wolfgang Schröb, the FIM Europe president. Morning, Wallace. There's your top three: Sean Simpson, Romain Febvre, and Glenn Koldenoff. Roger McGee, Nadia Palesa, the Dutch TV host, taking the trophy to Roger McGee. You can see he's not well versed in lifting those trophies. That lid might be a little bit loose, sir. But Tony Skillington, the FIM CMS director, delivers by hand the World Championship gold plate to Romain Febvre, Yamaha Factory Racing Yamalube, your new world champion. Second overall here in Assen, but he is crowned world champion for the first time. And does it on the home soil for Yamaha Europe as well. 2 hours up the road from their base in Amsterdam. But for Sean Simpson, though, the overall winner here, the national anthem, Great Britain. KTM winning manufacturers this weekend, the national anthem for Austria. A memorable day here at the Assen TT circuit, the MXGP of the Netherlands, round 16 of 18 in 2015. Sean Simpson, Hitachi Revo KTM, stands on the top step of the podium for the second time this year. But Romain Febvre, the new world champion for Yamaha Factory Racing Yamalube. What a day he's had. Fifth and a win here to get second overall, and Glenn Koldenoff third for Rockstar Energy Suzuki Europe. Foxhole shot went to Jose Boutron, Marchetti Racing Team, KTM. Second one of the year. What a great place to do it here. Takes his black plate from Klaas Hofstede. Right. Nagel, Cairoli, Febvre. That's how it is in the Foxhole shot. But here's Romain Febvre, your new world champion.
Romain Febvre, you are the 2015 MXGP World Champion. What a day for you, what a year. Just tell us what was going through your mind during that race. Did you even know?
Yeah, I was not sure. Everything can happen always. And I look back always and I saw Glenn was second and third Simpson. So I was counting, but I said, don't know. I will see after the finish. And I saw everyone happy with the flag and everything. So, I cannot thank the team enough. They did a great job every day. And, first year in MXGP rookie and just won the championship. So I still don't believe it. And I will enjoy this moment for sure. And I will be stronger next year also.
Great job. Huge congratulations. Romain Febvre, our new MXGP World Champion. Okay, we have Sean Simpson. You won the Grand Prix today. It's been a great day for you, a great year. 3 moto wins, 2 Grand Prix victories, and you're the lead KTM factory rider now with a factory bike.
Yeah, up to 4th in the championship as well. So, like I've been saying all along, just a big thanks to KTM. So, it was a great experience this weekend round Assen. It was a tough old circuit. Didn't enjoy it to begin with yesterday, but the track developed well, and the track crew done a great job keeping it, well prepared. So, fun to come here. I was looking forward to it, and now it's over, and I've got the top step again, 2nd victory of the year. Definitely can't complain at that. But just a big shout out to all my sponsors and everyone that's just helped me get here. As I said before, the slow man in the beginning or the snail in the hair sort of thing. But we're still here, 4th in the championship, still 2 rounds to go. So thanks everyone.
Well deserved. Thank you, Sean. 3rd overall today, we have Glenn Coldenoff, 2nd podium of the season and in front of your home fans as well. What an atmosphere out there for you. Great moment for you.
Yeah, really, it was an amazing day. Today I didn't have a good start like I had yesterday, and made it more difficult for myself. And first moto I was struggling a bit, but that second moto went really well. And to have the crowd behind you is such an amazing feeling, and it gave me wings for sure. So really happy I could do this for the guys, for my country on this GP, and thank you everybody who's behind me.
Thanks, Glenn. Congratulations.
Romain Febvre, Yamaha Factory Racing Yamalup, your new world champion in 2015. Seals the deal with 2 rounds to go, but it was Sean Simpson who was the overall round winner this weekend, the overall Grand Prix winner for the 2nd time in 2015. A win and a 3rd, giving him 45 points. Romain Febvre, 2nd overall for Yamaha, but Glenn Coldenoff did not disappoint the home fans on his Rockstar Energy Suzuki with 3rd overall here this weekend. Well, that's all we have time for. We will see you at the next race in 2 weeks' time. The MXGP of Mexico in Leon. See you then. Bye for now.